You're the one that...
Oh, Rabbi Wilhelm. Oh, what are you doing over here?
Been saying, what are you doing in my car? You broke into my car?
I have to break into it. I thought I had an open invitation.
Anyways, Benzine, I must tell you, see the sunrise? I feel good. You know why I feel good? I tried to do something today that I think a long time I haven't done. And that is daven vasikin. I went to a vasikin minyan this morning. You know, we keep on saying about by every siyam mesechta, anu mashkimim, v'hei mashkimim. We wake up early, and they wake up. Come on, you sleep like a teddy bear. What do you mean you're saying you wake up early? So I want to know what it feels like to wake up early and daven yira'ucha im shemesh. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. I must tell you, and I don't know why, but when I daven in a place, I don't know if there's a sign that says back of me, ask me or tell me, speak to me. The guy walks over to me and tells me he wants to tell me a vart. He wants to tell me a vart.
Actually, somebody did put a sticker over here.
Yeah, what's the word he wants to tell me? He says, Tefillah is begematria l'mayla miderech hateva. Tefillah, the word tefillah, which means to daven, is a gematria l'mayla miderech. It's a nice word. That's it. He just said that. It's like a malach min hashamayim, and he disappeared. And
Nice.
I said to myself, that's mamish this week's parsha. And this week's parsha, it's Vayetze Yitzchak Osuach Basada. He's davening, and it's all about davening for shidduchim. So over here, we're making a left turn. The next one.
Yeah, this one.
He's davening. And the funny thing is, you find something about shidduch that the pasuk stresses, and there's a klutz kasha. Lavan and Besuel say Mahashem Yotza Davar. You know the common saying, oh, it's bashert. Why do you only say this by a shidduch? It's bashert. Everything is bashert.
Yeah.
So why do we make such a big fuss? And who do you have to learn it from? Oh, the big Rosh Hashiva, Lavan and Besuel. and only by a shidduch Mahashem Yotza Davar. The fact that we're driving on this highway is bashert. Bashert is about everything. So perhaps a person has to know that what's seen specifically by a shidduch, you could see how, there used to be a Yiddish saying, God forbid, sometimes the Eibush will make a war break out because Reuven has to meet Rachel. Only when they're running away from the war, they'll end up meeting. It comes to a shidduch, there's no questions asked. Everybody knows, you and her? Only the Eibush to come back to these two up together. Ma'ashem Yatzar Dover. And there's a nice word from the Chedush Arim. The Chedush Arim says that the famous Gemara, that you have 3 psukim to prove Ma'ashem Yatzar Dover. You have from Lavan and Besuel, and you have from Shimshon, and you have from a pasuk another pasuk from Ksuvim where it speaks about the Eibishter makes the shidduch. Why? It's obvious. So he says there are 3. Usually there are 3. You're too young. You don't have kids marrying off yet, but you'll know there are 3 roadblocks that slow the shidduchim down. People becoming whoa. One is about mara. Mara means looks. One is about does the family have money, and the third one is yichus. And therefore the pasuk says letzich l'shtein. It's yichus, money, looks. These 3 psukim, each one tells you, despite that Yitzchak was a meyuchas, and despite that Shimshon looked beautiful, and despite that the third pasuk talks about money, everybody learns to acknowledge that the shidduch is bashert, the shidduch is min hashmayim. And even somebody who thinks he has it all, he has to daven for a shidduch. And it's l'mayla midarech hatava that these 2 people, I'll tell you a funny joke. And who shared this joke with me will be thankful that I mentioned it. I'm not going to say the name. He said, there's a Goyish saying, the English saying, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. He says it's impossible. It's too close. So it's l'mayla midarech hatava. But I do want to conclude the Rebbe in Chaf Bei Shvat, when people came to be Menachem Ovel the Rebbe. The din is that the Oval has to open the conversation. To many of the people who came to be Menachem Ovel, the Rebbe would say that the Rambam in Hilchas Avelis, in the same halachas of the Shivas Yimei Avelis, talks about the Shivas Yimei Mishta. He somehow connects the Sheva Brachas of Machasana, marriage, and Shivas Yimei Avelis. He the good side, happy things, and Rachman al not good things. in this week's parsha, we find the shidduch, the yafes yichasan shalav the yavis. It's all about shidduch here. But in the beginning, it's about Sarah passing away. Eli, which is Semach's brother. I'm going to tell you a word from the Minchas Elazar. That's a knockout. The pasuk says that Avraham Avinu, Nebuch, his Rebbetzin passed away. It says Avraham Avinu came lispaid l'Sara u'viliv kaisa, to mourn after her, to eulogize her, and to cry. Right? What's the next word? Vayakam Avraham al pnei meisei. He stood up and left. What did he say? It says he came. What was a short speech? It says he came to eulogize her and cry. The next word is he stood up and left. No mention of what he said, that she was a Rebbetzin. So the Minchas Elazar says the next words where it says Vayakam Avraham al pnei meisei, that's not that he stood up. That was part of the eulogy. He says, you want to know who my Rebbetzin was? That Vayakam Avram, all the rising that Avram, all the levels that Avram was able to achieve is because May al pnei meisei. It's all because of her. It's Sarah that pushed him to do the right things, and Sarah encouraged him. And that's what a true shidduch is, and that's what a true marriage is. People work together to make the world a better place.
Beautiful.
Yeah, look how beautiful sun.
Yes.
How long was this one? It was too long.